Hi, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know this is our very first Tea Talk. Ideally, what I would like is for you guys to join in so that I can answer any questions as we're talking. But today, I'm going to just record this for you and then I'm going to post it on my fitness page. So if you do not follow my fitness page, you should do that. It's Jennifer Ludwig, Home and Health. And I am Jennifer Ludwig for those of you that might not know me. Um, so I just want to talk to you because January is the month that we talk about goals, and everybody does goals in a different way, but I would like to help you do them the smart way. When I talk about the smart way, I sent out, if you didn't download it, you can still download it, it's still available, a goal planner. And this helps you not to just create goals and let them go out the window. This helps you come up with a plan. And so you're going to come up with what you really, really dig deep and find that you want. And then you're going to come up with a plan. And then you're going to come up with a 6-month plan and you're going to reward yourself along the way. So that's what we're going to dig into today. Every day during every month with our Tea Talk, we're going to have different themes. The month of January, my theme is goals and flexibility. And I'm not just meaning flexibility as in I want to do a split. I don't know if at this age of my life if I could ever do a split unless I worked really, really hard on it. However, I'm talking about being flexible, yes, in our body, because being flexible in our bodies is so helpful as far as reaching the back seat, help our kids with something. You're picking your grandkids up, you're bending up. So, yes, flexibility with our bodies is very important, but flexibility with ourselves, like our goals and our plans, we have to be flexible. If I was not flexible, I would not be sitting in front of you today. Because because when COVID started in March of 2019, first of all, I never dreamed that we would be still in a pandemic, but we are. And when it started in March of 2019, I was a fitness instructor. So I was a realtor and I was a fitness instructor and I was working at the gym and I love working at the gym and I love helping people. And then when COVID hit, all that went to a stop. For the first few months, real estate halted. Of course, since then, real estate has picked up, but my love is helping other people with their fitness and their health and their wellness. So when COVID hit and that stopped for me, I had a choice. I had a choice whether I just sat there and said, okay, what my dream of having my own fitness business is out, whatever. It's gone and it's on hold for right now. Or I decided that, hey, let me take this opportunity and pray about it and let God guide my steps. So I had to pivot and I had to turn, and there's change that's been involved. There's ups and downs. If any of you out there own your own business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's days when you're like so excited and then you put all the information out there and you get crickets, right? And if I listen to that, knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is helping other women, if I just let myself just stop in my tracks and be like, okay, it's not for me, I'm going to just stop here, then I wouldn't progress. And that's how I want you to be with your goals. Don't just stop. Like because you didn't meet them or because you have to change a little bit, doesn't mean that they're not going to be achievable. It might not be achieved in the timeline that you first set out for, but still work toward those goals. So when I'm talking about being flexible, I want you to be flexible with that. We're going to work through the goal planner. If you haven't downloaded it yet and you're watching this video on replay, just message me, hit pause, message me. I'll send it to you. It's a valuable resource for you. It helps you, it's free, and it will help you goal plan and not just come up with like these little goals. I'm talking dreaming big. I am dreaming big with my business. I am dreaming big with my health goals. So when I say set a goal, it's not, this little goal that I'm trying to get you to achieve. I want you to think big, think beyond you, think about what God can do with your life if you just let Him. You have to do your part, but you can let Him just blow your mind. Okay, so I have some notes here to make sure that I cover everything because sometimes I get talking and I don't cover everything. So I want to make sure everything is covered today. So January, I'm going to be talking about, you'll see my post and you'll see everything I'm talking about. Of course, I created this shirt, Be Flexible. I would love for you to purchase one if you are interested. Excuse me, it doesn't, and like I said, when I wear that shirt, I'm not thinking I want to do a split. I'm thinking I want to be flexible with my life and I want to just let God take me where He wants to take me, not where I want to go, but where God wants to take me. And so that's where I'm talking about, be flexible. Okay, so I want you to be flexible with your goals, with your actions, in your body. Oftentimes we beat ourselves up when we don't meet our goals. Why? No, we're beating ourselves up for no reason, because the people around us, they're like, it doesn't matter to them if we met our goal or not. It only matters to us. So why beat ourselves up? We get beat up on a regular basis by the world, by social media. We constantly are critiquing ourselves. So let this be something that you don't critique yourself with. You see what happened, you move forward, you don't look back. Okay. So I want you to rethink that. We're going to be flexible with our goals, flexible with everything about our lives. Okay. That's what I want you to think about going forward. Okay. So I'm the first one to tell you to set a goal, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. And you've heard that saying. So you can wish for it, but is it really going to happen? Probably not. You have to put an action in place in order for it to happen. I could wish all day that I had a huge business and I was, I didn't have to work at it. I was just like, oh, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to be like one of these, people that I see in the spotlight with their fitness business, and I'm going to just sit back and it's going to happen because I wish for it. No, I have to set a plan and I have to work my plan. And there's going to be times where my plan seems like I'm working for not, like my plan's not coming. My plan's not happening. What I'm planning for isn't coming like I thought it would be. That's when you pivot. What am I doing wrong? What can I change? That's what you think to yourself. And then you just pivot and you go that direction. And so we are like this throughout life. Sometimes you think, I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Just because I decided that I want to lose 10 pounds, I don't really want to work hard for it. I just want to lose it. So I'm going to cut out sweets. Okay. It doesn't happen, especially if any of you are watching it and you're in the menopause age, which is where I am. It doesn't just happen. We have to work toward that goal. We have to work it every day. We have to reward ourselves along the way, because if you don't reward yourself, you feel like it's a restriction. And everyone knows no one likes a restriction. So I'm here to encourage you. And I hope that after you watch this today, that you are encouraged and you say, you know what, she's right. I can set goals and I can achieve them. So what I want you to do, if you have the goal planning guide, go ahead and get that out. I printed mine in black and white, but you can print it in color. You don't even have to print it. You can look at it online and then just write things down in your own book or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. Let me first tell you, this is when I go off of my notes. Okay, so I'm going to kind of read this to you so that I can tell you my heart. Okay, so if I wasn't flexible, I wouldn't allow God to use me in 2020. God used 2020 to push me toward my dream of being 100% my own boss. Yes, with real estate, you're kind of your own boss, but you still worry about, answering to Remax or whatever company you're working for. I'm talking about being 100% my own boss, which has been a dream of mine, but sometimes we don't share our dreams. And now I'm sharing my dream with people. I'm telling people that that's my big dream. And now I'm having to set a plan in place to achieve that dream. So my passion is to empower women. I want you to feel confident in all that you do. Trust me, I've been there, done that, where I have not felt confident. There's still days that I don't feel confident. There's still moments where you can do something and you're like, oh, why did I do that? And you start to beat yourself up. But I want to empower you that 80% of the time you're confident, because God made you who you are for a reason. He didn't make you by mistake. So just because you're not like this person that you see the famous the the highlight reels with, and because you're not this person, doesn't mean that you are not so valuable and so special to God. Do not ever let a person or anyone tell you any different. So I want to empower you to feel confident. I would like to empower you to be stronger physically. I'm not meaning that we have to go and bust our butts in the gym for 3 hours a day. I'm talking about work out, move your body every day in some way, whether it be walking, whether it be lifting light weights, whether it be lifting heavy weights, whatever you want to do. But I want to empower you to be stronger physically. And I want to help you fuel your body. So, my business that I have has different areas. So, I do Faster Way, and that will help me teach you. I coach you through that program. It's a program that will help you with your nutrition. I also do one on one coaching. So, we can think about what you need, whether it be fitness, whether it be confidence, whether it be nutrition. And then I also have my gym. So those are the ways that I kind of spread myself out to empower women. Those things. I want to empower you to feel confident. I want to empower you to be stronger physically. And I want to empower you and teach you how to fuel your body the healthy way. I should say I have a history of stress equals starvation. So that is not the way that God has designed our bodies. He doesn't design our bodies to starve ourselves. He also, on the other hand, hasn't designed our bodies to gorge ourselves. So that's one thing that I like to empower you to do. Okay, if I would not have been flexible, then I would still be sitting on the sidelines, wondering, maybe even having a little pity party, waiting for my gym to open. My gym that I teach at did not open yet. So I would still be sitting on the sidelines waiting. And I chose not to do that. I chose to start out teaching classes online. I did it all for free. And I just, because it's my heart, it's my passion. And I got to see these women. I'm a people person. So I miss seeing everyone in the gym. But if I wouldn't have been flexible or listened to my goals or my path and having to pivot, I would still be sitting on the sidelines waiting for this dream to happen. And I can't wait. And I'm here now to help you with your dream and with your goals. Okay, so let's pull out our planner. Okay, it looks like this. This is the black and white version. I just made it pretty for you to see online. All right, so as I said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we're going to learn today how to make smart goals so that you can attain them. If you make a goal that's way out of your range from here to here, you're going to give up, and I don't want you to give up. So on page I don't have page numbers on here. So on the first page, it kind of tells you a little bit about that. But I want you to turn to the third page. It has the ultimate guide to making your goals reality. Number one, what I need you to do is create a list, huge list, dig deep. It does not have to be physical. It does not have to be emotional. It is just whatever, dig deep, dig a list. I want you of goals, dreams, resolutions, whatever you want to call them. Dig deep, and I want you to write the list. It could be anything that you have ever wanted to achieve. This is your year, okay? I'm not saying it will be achieved this year. You have to work, but it can be achieved. Your goal can happen, okay? Number two, break the goals down the smart way. The smart way is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. That's how I want you to look at every single goal that you write down. And there's a guide in here that's going to help you. Number three, you're going to create an action plan for each goal. So not just an overall action plan, but for each goal that you want to accomplish, you're going to sit down and create an action plan. How you're going to do it: monthly, weekly, daily. What are you going to do every day that's going to help you get to that goal? Number four, which is so important, which is what I've done with you. I've shared my dream, and my goal is to have my own business and be my own 100% boss. That's my dream. That's my goal. It can't go from here to here financially unless I work it and unless I work the plan. So my number four is I highly recommend you sharing your goal with someone. I would love to be here for you. If you want to share your goal with me, I can help keep you accountable. I can check in with you. Just sharing it, just kind of making it go from here to here, maybe from here to here to here. um, that is number 4, and it's so important. So share your goals with someone, write them down, see them, put them somewhere. If you don't want everyone to see your goals, put them somewhere that you can find them, whether it be in your phone, or I'm old school, I use a paper calendar. So whether you use a paper calendar, whatever it may be, I want you to write them down somewhere. Because you know what? We're done wishing. We are going to be achieving. Okay. All right. Now, this kind of tells you a little bit about that acronym, which we went over: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Okay. So I want this next sheet that you have is your goal list. Can't really see it because of the light. Spiritual goals. You might not have any spiritual goals, but if you do, write them down. One of my spiritual goals is to make sure that I'm doing devotions daily. So I have to work toward that. It might start off with a small devotion. By the end of the year, it could be something bigger. I don't know. Physical goals, nutrition goals, and any other goals. So this sheet isn't for you to do right now while you're listening to this. This sheet is for you to sit down and do, but I want you to dig deep. Don't just start at the surface. Don't scroll through Instagram and say, oh, that's a good idea, what she's doing. No, these are your dreams. What do you want to achieve? What is it that would be your list of like, you could do that on something? That's where I want you to write it down. Okay. Next sheet. This is what you're going to do for each goal. Each goal, how specific are you when you're defining that goal? Can you measure that goal for success? Whether it be your measurements on your body, if it's something spiritual, is it memorizing the books of the Bible? Is it memorizing 36 scriptures for the year? Whatever. Can you measure it? Are your goals attainable? Are you saying, I'm going to make 6 figures, and you're starting out at 0 and here's 6 figures? Are you going to be able to do that in a year? And what would that mean? So you take that number that you want to make and you divide that by the months. And then you're like, oh, then you divide that by the weeks. Oh, then it tells you what you need to make every single day in order to get here. So that's what I'm talking about. You're going to make sure that they're obtainable. If you do the calculation, you're like, there's no way. I'm not meaning don't push yourself. I'm meaning don't make them so big or so far-fetched that they're not going to be a reality. Make sure they're attainable goals. And how relevant are your goals to your life? I could say I want to do a handstand, but in reality, am I going to work on a handstand every day? Probably not, because it's not something deep inside of me that I feel like I have to achieve. Not that that handstand is wrong. It's just that's not something that I want to achieve. But someone else might say, I want to do a handstand. So they're going to work on that handstand. They're going to figure out how, okay, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. They're going to come up with a plan. And then lastly, on every goal, what is the timeline of your goal? Is the timeline 3 months? Is it a year? Is it 6 months? Come up with a timeline for each goal. So this sheet of paper, you need to print this out for every goal that you come up with. So every goal will have this piece of paper. Every goal, you'll write this down. You'll go through it. Okay. Once you have that paper done and you have everything written down, you make sure that it's the smart way so it answers all those questions. The next sheet in your book, you'll have to do this for each goal. This is called breaking it down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break it down yearly, 6 months, monthly. And if you want to go even deeper, you can break it down by the week of what you need to achieve. So every single goal will have these 2 sheets. Okay, you're going to have your goal worksheet where you're going to answer all those questions the smart way. And then you're going to break it down, breaking it down by the year, 6 month, monthly. And I want you to really think through this. Think about how you can make this work. And it's going to be posted somewhere. If you take a picture and put it on your phone, I don't care, but somewhere that it's going to remind you every week, hey, where are you in that goal? Okay. Now, I gave you this sheet. It's called Planning Your Workouts. If working out is not something that's a goal of yours, then you don't have to do this worksheet. But I would encourage you to at least walk just for cardio health for 30 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be fast. Just get out there and move so that you can move your body. Okay, so this is how you can use this sheet and do your week. So Sunday night, you sit down and you say, okay, I'm going to work out 3 times this week. These are the days that I'm going to work out, and then hold yourself to it. If something happens and you can't work out that day, okay, move it to the next day, but make sure that you're working out. I'm using 3 as an example. You might have to work out twice. Work out your goals. Put your goal up top, work out 3 days a week. Pick the days of the week and try to make it happen. If it doesn't happen, move, pivot, but you're still going to hit 3 times that week, okay? Or whatever your goal is. This is the other sheet that I think is helpful, especially if nutrition is one of your goals. Plan your menu. I'm not saying you have to sit down on Sundays and plan the entire week, but plan what you're going to be eating that day. My Faster Way clients know this. I highly recommend you writing everything down or putting it in MyFitnessPal, because sometimes we can go through our day and we're like, I didn't really eat that much. And then you write it all down. You're like, guess I did. So this will help you do that. And also, if you do follow macros, or if you watch my macros seminar, I suggest picking your biggest meal and working around those. So if your biggest meal is going to be dinner, then I want you to pick dinner, write down those macros, and then work the rest of your day around those macros to get all your macros in. Okay, daily actions. I know this seems like a lot, but if you break it down, you can achieve your goals. So every day, what is something that you're going to be working toward? Is it walking 30 minutes a day? Is it moving your body 30 minutes a day? Financially, if you're in sales, is it reaching out to 3 people a day to try to get business? Is it, I'm trying to come up with things, but you get the idea. Daily, what is the thing that you're going to do? Write down the things that you're going to do. It might be 1 step that you do every day. It might be 3 things that you do every day. Write it down, okay? And of course, last page is just your notes. And then the last page just tells you what I offer and how I can help, which I would love to help any of you, all of you. But I know financially it's not feasible for everybody. So that's why I really want to do these monthly Tea Talks. So that I went over the goal planner. Now, this is the time that I would just open the floor up for questions and answers. So if you have a question for me and you're watching this on replay, comment below, type #replay, and then ask me your question. I will respond back to you. Next month, I am going to be talking about loving your body, because it's Valentine's, and maybe Valentine's isn't about another person. It's about loving ourselves where we are, not where we think we want to be, where we are right now, that love. So many women struggle with confidence. Just because we're confident does not mean that we're boastful. Because we're confident, we hold ourselves valuable. And that's who we need. God sees us valuable. Why shouldn't we see us as valuable, right? So that's going to be February. So stay tuned for that. Other thing, I forgot to tell you, I'm having tea. So I don't know if you're having coffee or tea. I'm a tea girl, but I got an espresso for Christmas. So if you are an espresso person, comment below and tell me some Nespressos to try because I'm open to trying some. I tried one last night. I can't remember what it was. It came in the kit. It was okay, but it wasn't like, gotta have that one again. I think it was, might have been espresso, but I'm not sure. It was blue, if that matters. But we've been on here for about 30 minutes. So I want to make these kind of short and sweet, unless when you're on here and you're asking me, I want it to be interactive. I want it to be a casual atmosphere. Don't feel like you have to get ready, even though it's on Zoom. If you don't want your camera on, I totally get that. But I just hope that you're encouraged by this. I hope that you say, you know what, I can set goals and I can achieve them. I don't like calling them resolutions personally, because I don't want in my mind to think, okay, they're January, by February they'll be done, they'll be out of my mind. No, I want to think that whatever I'm set out to do at the end of the year, I can look back and be like, oh, I did it. And that's what I want for you. So I'm here to encourage you and empower you and equip you. And I will continue doing this because I really feel like this is something that you guys are wanting and needing. I would love your feedback for any topics. Oh, in the future, my goal is to have I'm going to have a CPR instructor come on so that she can help us when we're all working out at home right now. Things that you can, sorry, things that you can, that was really loud. I was trying to stop it. Things that you can pick up on in case you are having something go on with your body because you're not in a gym. We can't really see your facial expressions or see your breathing or see how you're responding to an exercise. So I want her to come on and kind of help us see how we can self check. The other thing that I'm going to be having a life coach come on and she's going to help us with Enneagrams. So that's going to be exciting too. So I have many things in store for you guys, and I hope that you join me next time. Just know that I will record this and I will post it. So if you can't make it, it will be recorded and it will be on my fitness page. So if you don't already, follow my fitness page, Jennifer Ludwig Home and Health. And then I'm also on Instagram. So I'd love to be your friend over there too. On Instagram, at Mrs. Jennifer Ludwig. So thank you so much for listening. If you watched this to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you need your goal planner and you haven't downloaded it yet, let me know and I will get that right out to you. So I hope that y'all have a great Wednesday and we will see you next month with Tea Talk. It's going to be the first Monday of every month at 1 o'clock. See you then.